As you notice, we got down, we almost had him. We thought we were going to pick our gun up. Then when we were doing the, we said, please come back. As soon as they make that turn, cut things down, just like Hunter showed you before, I got all the work for you. Give it a try.
Just stop that.
Now we're going to talk about Canada goose calling. We have some of them available here in New Zealand now, and I'm going to have Hunter go through the air presentation, the hand position. Critical on these duck and goose calls, your hand presentation. A goose call is made to blow with two hands. I'm not saying if you've got a flag in one hand and can keep them on a key note, but it sounds so much better. Because you have the back pressure, your tone quality, and everything. He's going to talk to you about how to try to learn the sounds and using the proper air presentation, your hand positioning, and finding that tone quality and the direction in the way you use your hands.
First thing I want to talk to you about is just the basic cluck. It's basically the same air presentation as the duck. Your tongue has got to hit the roof of your mouth to get it to cut off. You got to bring it from your diaphragm and get your tongue to pop up. It's not, like I said, the tip of your tongue. It's more right here, and your tongue is going. And you're not blowing your cheeks out. My tongue is hitting the roof of my mouth with my cheeks being blowed out, but you've got to bring it up from your diaphragm and not use your cheeks. So your tongue, getting it just like that, get it to break over. And speed will come over time. It's just basically getting your tongue to hit the roof of your mouth properly. And the next thing is the hand positioning. And just the same as a duck call, I like to rest it right here with my thumb and my pointer finger. And depending on how big your hands are, I like mine to basically on my middle finger here, it will kind of rest on the end of it, and half of it will lean over. But again, like on the duck call, you don't ever want your hands to get away from each other. That's not how you got to just keep your fingers together, and that will help you throw your sound. All I do is line my thumbs up, and what I do normally, my pinky will touch my other pinky knuckle here, okay? And if I want to move my hand, I just shift it like this and come right back. And just on this off hand, this is your on hand, this is going to be how do you throw your sound, this is going to be your tone. You can put guttural into it like I was doing there. Or you can blow clear. You just bring your hand around like I said, hold it with your pointer finger and your thumb, wrapping it around, keeping your knuckles in line with your nose. And you bring your tone up. And each time my tongue is hitting the roof of my mouth and I'm bringing it up to my diaphragm. And each time, a lot of guys want to just kind of be lazy with their tongue. It's got to pop and snap. And that's on the cluck. Now on the honk, all you're doing is you're going to extend the air. Your tongue is going to stay down at the bottom of your mouth and just. All my tongue is staying down, and whenever I want the call to break over, it will reach up to the roof of my mouth. I'm not moving my hands very much. It's just a little bit. You're either adding air or taking air away. You can hear the guttural. Now if I want to do it clear, and you can see how I'm opening my hands. It's not a bunch. I'm not opening my hands wide open. You can do that, but the more you open your hands up, the more air you're going to have to push through it to get the reed to break. You don't have to move your hand. All it's got gonna do is throw your sound quality off. And I'm not moving my hand very much. I'm just kind of moving this hand up towards me and opening this right here just a little bit. It's not the whole thing. If I want to get real loud, I'll kind of open all of it. But otherwise, you see I'm just kind of moving this finger up and down. But the main thing is to get your tongue where you need it to be and hold it just like this with 2 fingers. And then once you get that and you get your tongue popping correctly, get your hands in place right. Like I said, keep your knuckles in line with your nose. Bring this and line your thumbs up. And all this is here is going to be able to throw your sound. This here is going to give you your tone. And that's a triple crown. On the moan is just basically like you're yawning. You're dropping your bottom jaw and your tongue is staying at the bottom of your mouth. And all I'm doing on the cluck moan, yaw, click, yaw, click, yaw, click. My tongue is going from the bottom on the moan, and when I want it to break over with the cluck, it's going. My tongue is going to the roof of my mouth. And then once you get that down, and your tongue is staying at the bottom of your mouth, you bring it down around like this. Hear how it broke over right there. All I'm doing is just tighten my hands up until I get it to break over. Once I get it to break over, I'll keep that same consistency throughout, and I'll just add a cluck to it. That's either, you can do the moan cluck or the cluck moan. Or the moan cluck. All I'm doing is my tongue's going to the roof of my mouth on the cluck, and it's like I'm yawning with the moan. Yaw, yaw, yaw. My tongue is not moving at all. It's just a burst of air. It's not a burst of air. It's just a solid consistency of air going through the call. And the reed is not going to pop. It's just sitting there kind of doing this. When it pops, that means your tongue is going to go to the roof of your mouth. You see kind of how my bottom jaw will drop. You can see when I take this hand away, you see how the tone changes. But that's just the 3 basics: the cluck, the honk, and the moan. And everything, all these other fancy sounds are basically based around the honk, cluck, and the moan. It's just different air presentation and different ways of holding your hands. But hunting, I don't get real fancy. A lot of times hunting, I'll get their attention out there. Once I get their attention, I'll kind of speed the cadence up. A lot of times I'll get on one hard cluck. And if they kind of go to the left or the right of me, I'll just kind of speed it up a little bit. And that's just kind of directing them. All the duck and a goose call is a directional tool. A lot of times, the best call is no call and that flag. But a lot of times, I'll let them be curious. You know, don't blow them out. Or don't give them all 52 cards in one deal. Just kind of see how they're reacting. You know, once you get one of them, say there's a flock of geese. There's 20 of them, and you get one of them to kind of turn out on that one note that you hit him with. A lot of times I'll never take my eye off that one goose, and I'll be calling him instead of the bunch. That's the only one I want to call. That's the one that's going to kill that bunch. So now on the feeding, the guttural sound, all I'm saying is, all I'm doing is I'm putting a lot of voice inflection into it. I'm bringing it up to my diaphragm. Not. You got to have your hands pretty tight. And my tongue is not hitting the roof of my mouth. It's staying down. And if I want to, I'll just speed it up. So that's kind of the basics, you know, the honk, the cluck, and the moan, and that guttural sound. That's the way I don't get real fancy. I'm calling geese. A lot of that stuff is, like I said, it's just different air presentation and different way of holding your hands, but it's all based around the honk, the cluck, and the moan.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing, that does a good job, Hunter, but one thing that, you know, a lot of you I know have used flute calls in the past. Coming from a flute call, that was kind of the old school call. I still use a flute call quite a bit, but you use a flute call, you fill your cheeks up. Like this. If you fill your cheeks up with a short reed, you're not gonna get that tongue to come up and break it like he was talking. So that is the biggest thing to break that habit. And you want to try to, a lot of you want to try to break it from a flute. You'll be wanting to try to break it like that with your hand. Learn to break it with nothing on it. See, that's just the clear and the guttural sound, okay? But that's two geese with one air presentation. And then with the moan, but if you've been used to using a flute call, it'll want to sound like this. You'll have all kind of wobbling. You have to have the tongue up, like Hunter said. But don't make it hard, because if you get two geese in them cadences, now he's going to blow the 100G mag, and the 100G we're going to more than likely bring in here. There's a few of them in New Zealand now. He's going to let you hear that, and he's going to let you hear the new G overhauler, the mate to the D overhauler. He's going to let you hear them calls there. Then I'm going to let you hear the real thing that's here now. I'm going to let you hear the original half-breed. And he's going to let you hear the dampier that's in here. We're just going to let you, we're doing the very same thing we just talked about. But blow the other call. This is the 100G mag. Now, well, this call here, he won the live World Goose Championship last year. Our calls, there have been 6 live World Championships. It's held in Easton, Maryland. We've won 5 of them. We've had 4 out of the top 5 places. This year, we introduced the half-breed dampier, which dampier, if you Google it, it says natural born killer. And that's what this call is. Listen to the live sounds he can make on this.